Hello and welcome everyone. This is Doris and I am here with the final week, week 5 of our fall collaboration with DearJulieJulie and CaraBrandonCreations. Let's take a look at the digitals they came up with for this last week. First we have Cara's. She did another collage sheet. A lot of nice variety there. Okay, then we have Julie's, and you can see on hers here, she's got a pocket and a couple journal cards, library card, and another ephemera piece there. Okay, so let's take a look at what I came up with using their digitals today. So first I'm going to show Cara's collage sheet. I have used it as the cover for my second signature. You can see I've added here some really pretty burnt orange velvety trim. And then I added another vintage lace. And I kept it all plain. I didn't add anything to it. One thing I will mention is I made another copy of Cara's collage sheet here, and I did cut it apart and use it in various ways. And I will show some of those today. And one of them is this here. I just made it a journal card. And I used a stitched die cut. It's very hard to see, but I did use a stitched die cut on that. Put up my mushroom stamp on the back. Another one I trimmed down from the collage sheet, just added a piece of fabric trim there. Then over here, this is from Julie's sheet. So let's take a look at that again. So right here, this piece, I trimmed it down and covered up the at home with the words wildlife. And I used a piece of muslin along with another piece of fabric there. And then on the back, I put a little leaf stamp. Then this part of Julie's digital sheet is right here, and then I just stitched on a piece of vintage ribbon, and on the back I have a bit of washi tape there. Okay, then let me show you some more from their two digitals here. Okay, then on the inside here, it's kind of hard to tell, but okay, so now we're talking this part of Julie's envelope. I decided to not use it as an envelope, and I cut it apart. And I made it right here into a tag. And this is the punch that I used, the Stampin' Up! Punch. And then I just added a itty bitty little brad and a vintage piece of seam binding. And on the back here, I just have a piece of scrap on my table I stitched on underneath it there. Then let's see what's next. Next, here's one of Cara's that I cut apart from the collage sheet. Made a little cluster, vintage piece of lace. And on that one, I used another Stampin' Up! Punch, this one here. I absolutely love this. It's like just consider it like a large postage stamp. And that's getting to be a favorite punch of mine. And let's see. Then on my other signature, here again, if we look at Julie's sheet, this up in the right side here, this card, I let it be the backing for a little tuck here. And then I just have this quote from Anne Frank that I've stitched on top of it. And this here is, I believe, Cara's from her other collage sheet she did at the beginning of the challenge. And then over on this side, again, another piece from Cara's collage sheet today, up in the upper right there. And again, I used my stitch die, an oval one this time. And then I stitched around and added a vintage piece of lace there that I had coffee dyed. Then here we have piece from Cara's collage sheet again, another stitch die in a rectangle shape to cut out the feather here as just on the edge of a page. Then another cutout from Cara's today, made another little cluster with her fussy cutting out her mushroom, a piece of the yellow background paper she has there, and a vintage piece of lace again. And then one more thing to show you. So if we look at Julie's here, I have already shown you this piece that I cut off and used a little punch out for that. On this side is where I used this. So I have a stamped pine cone here onto some muslin and a little piece of fabric that I made a little ruffle. Whoops, let me hold that up there. So that's like a flip up here. And then on the other side, there's the lip of that envelope of Julie's. And I just kept the library card she had as it was. And the only thing I did really was just added this little piece of washi tape to the side there. But again, so that's hooked on, but you can still right underneath there. Okay. All right, so that concludes my week 5 for the collaboration. Please be sure and come back for the next video where I will do a flip through of my entire journal using the digitals from DearJulieJulie and CaraBrandonCreations. And be sure and check out that hashtag JNCFall22, where you can see how other crafters have taken the same digitals and created completely different projects. So thank you so much, and bye for now.